What's up with it? I want to appreciate y'all pulling up. We about to turn up. You're now rocking with the best. Yeah.
Got the win, I want the record, nigga. What's the crime if you don't protect it, nigga? What's the name if they don't respect it, nigga? Nah, your confetti ain't even hit. These niggas fucking up the game. That shit is so suspicious. You ain't buy it all unless you blew a ticket. All off in the bill, but you ain't fuck them bitches. I'ma buy all summer just to flex for Christmas. Angel wings on the doors, I got a suplex. Money don't make you fly, that's just my perspective. Running up the skull to expose a bluff. Cause nowadays getting the win just ain't enough. Fuck the checkup last week, I got a new agenda. The last time I couldn't buy some shit, I can't remember. The last time I fucked the world, I might have busted center. I bought a crib and said that bitch on top of Mount Olympus. When you living that high up, it's hard to see the tension. I'm only selling game, I'm all out of simple. Grip the phone like a trophy, gotta hold it steady. Fuck your party when your confetti ain't even heavy, nigga.
Yeah, sure.
Got the win, I want the record, nigga. What's a crime if you don't protect it, nigga? What's the name if they don't respect it, nigga? Nah, your confetti ain't even heavy. We all off in the club like Sam on Betty. Can't even drink my liquor money on my celly. Account like you got a check, spend it when you ready. I'm giving niggas hell, pray I go to heaven. Nailing in their coffins, the cost of them being off. Ballin' since I was across the winter circle my office. Fucking up with these wins, you fucking up with this loss. Wait up, forgot my season, I'm glad to throw in that sauce. I might just throw up the toss and hop the bucket. Cause when you wrist game, know the grip game, nigga bucks. Shit brain in the strip game, hold the bus. Fakes gone, took their heads off, corporate touching on the meal tip. Motherfuck you if you feel this. I caught a break, no debate, and you still fishing. The genie at the bottom, and you still wishing. Know my downfall.
Cause you petty, confetti ain't even heavy, nigga. Bars!
Got the win, I want the record.
Got the win, I want the record, nigga.
What's a crime if you don't protect it, nigga?
Ooh-wee. Legendary.
What's the name if they don't respect it, nigga?
Big Chief. Motherfucking Top Cat. Yeah, sure. Heavyweight champion of the world. Y'all ready to turn this motherfucker up? Y'all ready to turn it up today? Big Chief in this motherfucker. Rap phone. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm big stuff. I hear all the threats, but I don't never feel no pressure. Yeah, me without the Draco, just like salt without the pepper. 10,000 and a chain to turn a nigga to a stepper. I'll be fine. Yeah, send them youngins at you, you can run, but you can't hide. Niggas screaming murder, but they never did a crime.
We know you ain't got no scholarship, stop lying.
Yeah.
Pull it out my pocket like I'm reaching for my cell phone. Did it with my niggas.
Fuck you about to tell.
Yeah.
Dancing in the zipper, we ain't talking about no headphones. Yeah. I got 5. Yeah. Put it on your cousin, cause that bitch ain't worth a dime. Yeah. When I'm in the city, tell them pussy stay inside. Just like Millie, I got murder on my mind. Yeah, I'm big stubborn.
I'm big stubborn.
I hear all the threats, but I don't never feel no pressure. Me without the Draco, just like salt without the pepper. 10,000 and a chain of turn a nigga to a step.
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
Say, man, bang the like button, share this video. Tell them bring their ass in here. Tell them they might want to get in here today.
You know you not playing while you trying.
No,
He's not me, no nigga.
that's on back. I got drinks, got 4 bags. Bitch, snatch my back.
On that type of time.
2 shots to your back. 10 more in they life. Look, his niggas outside. He'll care about his life. I'm sitting home, that's what he wants, a scary sight. Swooping in the cut with double cups, the extra pipes. I'm scoring, I'm sniping, and I got on all my ice. Do it!
I'm be stealthy. I hear all the threats, but I don't never feel no pressure. Yeah, me without the Draco, just like salt without the pepper. 2000 and a chain to turn a nigga to a stepper. I'll be fine. Yeah, send them youngins at you, you can run, but you can't hide. Niggas screaming murder, but they never did a crime. You know you not there, now why you trying?
Turn up in that motherfucker, goddamn. That part. What up, though, man? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling, man? Happy, beautiful Thursday. Happy, beautiful Thursday in the building. Let's see who in this bitch. Jay West, my nigga, Arkansas ripping. Mr. T. David, Jay Mixon, you bitch. What's up with it, Nori, Warrior King, Ohio player? He say, spin the block again, make sure ain't nobody moving. Khalil in the building. Engine Gal, Chief Redstone, what up, though? Run 314 in the dough. Kerry Bay in the dough. Token Turtle, what up, though? Be smooth in that hoe. Jay Free, what up, though? He say, don't do it, bro. Just, what you mean? He said, don't do it, just do you. Nah, I don't know what you're talking about. Boxing and barbecue, what up, though? Brown Hawk say, Top Cast, I know you about to go out. They done made you mad. Why they get this brother started? I'm gonna say this here, bro. I ain't mad, man. I understand the hate. These niggas around here hate and they jealous. Because I've been here a year and I went and did what these niggas had the opportunity to do, but ain't got the scholarship to do. You know, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, bro. All this jealousy, all these broke nigga tactics around here. Niggas with egos, but ain't got no scholarship. Niggas with egos, but ain't got no tribes, ain't got no genealogy. I'm just gonna say this, bro. We ain't gonna be on this too long. I'm just gonna say this. I'm not about to play with you niggas. Holiday, you broke ass nigga. Alright? Cause you broke and poor, 50, 60 years old. Bitch, go file for your social security, ho. Go file for your social security. You ain't got no money, you broke, you wanna run around here hate, mad cause the people won't support you. Do a lecture. Do a fucking lecture, nigga. Do a PowerPoint. Running around here acting like you got some information. Ain't never been in no debate. Ain't never been mentioned in no light of having no information. You a broke ass, old ass nigga. A fucking bum. You black ass nigga. We know you ain't from America. Look at that face of yours. You won't get on camera because we know you second, third generation. Stop playing with me, you weak ass, hoe ass nigga. This nigga went out there and did a lie the other day telling the people, everybody in the community, and uniting the community. We finally got a W. Finally ain't around this hoe getting chumped out. And this nigga here come throw salt on it to the people. It's bad, bro. That shit that don't make no sense. And all of you weak ass niggas that be sitting there riding for the shit. I'ma say this here, bro. Niggas can do what they do, bro, but I ain't got nothing for you niggas, cuz. I ain't got nothing for y'all. This shit is ridiculous, bro. It's sad. All you have to do is go over there, just like I did, and tell them niggas that you want to fade. Don't come hating on me. Go get you a fade, and then, nigga, you can get a parade through by the community. Everybody can be saying your name and proud and happy for you, too. But this shit is sickening. I'm tired of these niggas running around here putting up memes and pictures on the screen, freestyling like they got information, bro. Ain't no information coming from around here. Stop the faking. Ain't nobody looking at this shit scholarly. But nigga got the nerve to go out here and do hate campaigns on the kids. That shit ridiculous. Stop acting like you niggas on my level. You niggas are not on my level. Period. It's clear to see. You're not on my level. All that hating, bro. Listen, man. Everything a nigga do for this goddamn committee, bro, stop. I'm just done with it, man. If the people want to support your ass, bro, that's you. Nigga cuss the chat out 2-3 days in a row. Oh, fuck y'all, I'm sick of y'all. Don't support the real. And obviously you not the real then. Obviously you not the real. I was on Sister Soul Man channel yesterday. Here come Holiday in there. Talking about he want to ask me some questions. Bro, you don't qualify to ask me no questions. You a peasant. Go stand your ass in the soup kitchen or come on here and beg for some donations so you can eat and get you a $25 room today. We heard that Hebrew girl tell us your ass live in a Motel 6, nigga. Stop playing. That's what this shit is all about. Why you on here mad? Because the people on YouTube won't pay for you to take care of your motherfucking ass. So you run around here hating on me and Dane. Oh, Dane say he a millionaire. Bro, go. You wasted all 55 years of your life. You failed. That's your fault. That's it. That's all I gotta say about it. I didn't want to do that shit at Soul Man Highs yesterday. I didn't know that Queen, but I seen she was saying some good things about me. They was proud of the debate, man. We felt like one of that shit was uniting the community, and he come to these niggas. See, one thing, them niggas been trying to keep the people away from me. Alright? Not because I'm a bad person. I heard you niggas over there talking about I'm an agent or I froze up or I've been scared. Nigga, I ain't never been scared, never froze up. I ain't got nothing but knockouts in my face, and I'm well respected around every genre of the goddamn conscious community. My scholarship is respected. I am who I say I am. I got the genealogy to prove it. I'm not one of these niggas out here talking about shit and they got no genealogy bloodline ties to it. That's not me. I only talk about what the fuck I can prove. I'm not out here with this old fake ass shit, and I don't need no another nigga to come hold my hand and help me do this. My shit is proven. I done beat up debate leagues, study groups, study teams. My work is out there. And I just went and knocked out the biggest, baddest Pan-African in the game, and I slaughtered him. My record is out there. The new heavyweight champion of the motherfucking world. Put some respect on my motherfucking name. Legendary Big Chief Top Cat. And I'm through with that. I don't give a fuck. Niggas can go hate that shit. Ran me hot last night, though. A weak ass nigga gonna come talking about he got quit. You ain't got no quit, bro. You can't ask me no question. You a peasant. You beneath me. I've been here a year, and when it did what you niggas couldn't do, had all them opportunities to do for years. Nigga been here 5-6 years plus. Ain't never did that. And I work clean. Only nigga around this hoe doing PowerPoint. Niggas stop acting like motherfuckers some scholarship around here, bro. And if it is, I ain't seen none. Anyway, man, back to the bill, bro. But I didn't want to do that at that lady Highs, man. She sounded like a sweetheart. You know what I mean? I'm a respectful person, bro. I'm not finna come out here and let my hate and personal feelings come out here and fuck it up for the community. Because you jealous, you trying to keep these people away from me because you ain't got no scholarship. Nigga talking about we ain't fact checking. Well, fact check it. Fact check it. Nigga wait on other people to do bills so they can go do a bill. He can come on there and drop his cash app in there, and he ain't put out no content, no nothing. That's why that nigga is the reason this community ain't went nowhere and ain't gonna go nowhere. Ain't never had nothing, ain't never been shit, ain't never, because the leader ain't respected. The leader ain't shit. He ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw out. That's why in this community ain't got a pot to piss in and a window to throw the motherfucker out of. Attitude reflect leadership. Attitude reflect leadership. Anyway, man, but we was rudely interrupted by the hate. How y'all feeling today? What's up with the TP2 Live in the bitch? Tifa Miller, Concrete Hustler in this hoe? What's up with it, Trees? Ken folks in the building. Sylvia Love John, Lucky Guzman, Christmas McBride in this hoe. Ancient History Hunter, what up, though? That shit just kills me, man, when niggas act like they got information. See, I ain't got to talk like I got no information. I got the motherfucking heavyweight championship belt on my motherfucking waist, nigga. I got the motherfucking heavyweight championship belt on my waist, nigga. It ain't nothing to talk about. The champ is here. The real champ. No cap champ. Everybody seen the champ. God damn, can we just have a place in a space where we can be loved and we can goddamn really get the information out to the people? We can really build something. We can really have something. Everybody is not miserable in their life. Everybody is not going through whatever problem niggas having in their personal life, and they bring it to the internet to make everybody's life miserable. Everybody ain't on that, bro. People on high vibration, people positive, people living life in good spaces, good places. They trying to keep negative energy away from them and all of that, bro. It shouldn't be. Come on, man. But anyway, man, we're gonna go through. Listen, man, I do information. And so since I do information, we got a lecture coming up Monday. All right. We have a lecture coming up Monday, The Making of White Supremacy 4. And we are going to go into colonizers' doctrines. What are the doctrines that the colonizers brought? And I tell you what, we're going to lay it all out with all of the facts the way that we do it over here at BCU. And I tell you what, once we lay these facts out, and when I come, if I say, hey, bro, I'm on the way, I get my man every time. So if I came out and I said that, hey, I see some colonizer doctrines, listen, y'all, it's going to be groundbreaking. It's going to be groundbreaking. I know a lot of y'all can sit there and say, damn, I think I know which way he's going to come. He might come this way, he might not. It's going to be without a shadow of a doubt what happened. And I want to say this here too about the debate, man. I've been getting y'all emails. I've been getting y'all DMs. I've been getting y'all messages. A lot of people out there is saying I should have debated him on the transatlantic slave trade. I should have talked more about the transatlantic slave trade. I should have talked about DNA. I should have talked about bones. I should have talked about Lucia. I done got all kind of emails and all that. Man, I appreciate y'all, bro. Man, y'all really represented the other night, man. I'm proud of y'all. We take that, that victory was for the community. We all won. It made me feel even better. The fact that everybody waited up. A lot of people waited up, man. A lot of people didn't go to sleep that night. A lot of people stayed up because they still was wired up. Like, that's how it's supposed to be. And when I seen the reaction, bro, that shit made me super proud. And that was one for the community, bro. That was the power of the ancestors, man. But people been hitting me, hey, you should have did it like this, you should have did it. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all, bro, the topic was the origins of Pan-Africanism. If I would have talked about the slave trade and all that other shit, I would have lost, bro. That wasn't that day. The topic was the origins of Pan-Africanism. The secondary topic was, how do you prove that you are Indian? And Jabari had to prove, how do you prove that you are African? So I started off with my lineage, and then I went straight into the murder. Went straight into the murder. And so Jabari put up one source on the Pan, and he started bringing up the DNA and trade. I thought he was gonna prove that that was him. But it was bad. But that's why I didn't talk about all of that. That's the whole reason for debates and topics. That's why you have topics in debate. You have to stick to the topic, or your ass will lose. I know y'all wanted me to do the bones and do all that. I tell you what, bro. Like I said, I'm only gonna go out there when I know I can prove it. When I know I can prove it, I'm not going out there, with the other flow. But we got a bill today, man. We're gonna go through some things, so we're gonna set up for Monday. Now, in this bill, one of the things we're gonna go through is anthropology. We're gonna go through craniometrics. We're gonna go through all of these things. Now, understand this: all of these were tools used by the colonizer. Check. We're going to start off with that first. This whole little modern day science shit and all this shit, this science that niggas running around here telling the people that it's theirs when it's actually colonizers. A lot of this shit that niggas are teaching was created to take away from your story. We're gonna be back here Monday and we're gonna do it and we're gonna show and prove. I know a lot of people gonna be disappointed after Monday because a lot of people was believing in this shit. And there ain't nothing wrong with it. But the facts weren't out there yet, but them hoes out there now. We finna put them out there. Another thing is this shit is racist. So we talk about eugenics on one hand, but we don't talk about the fucking skulls and bones and how racist this shit is. Modern day science is racist. Evolution theory is racist. All of these things are attached to all of this shit here that niggas are pushing to the people. It's tied to it, family. The racism in it. You don't say, nigga don't put out nothing and then say, I just can't believe it, bro. I'm gonna share my screen, man. We're gonna get into this bill and then I'm gonna open up the panel. Yeah, it's all racist.
We look at certain theories from antiquity, particularly environmental determinism theory, and theories of purity and descent that come from our ancient texts and make their way into the modern world through scientific racism. So, first off, are there any population geneticists in the? Darn, I was hoping. Oh, excellent. I've sort of made some cursory summary summations of what of the human genome product and other things that you can maybe get some support for explanation after the fact if people have more questions, because I won't be able to answer them. My work with genetics is mostly through archaeology and ancient DNA material, so it's a little bit different. So ancient conceptions of race and ethnicity were much studied in the classical education that was standard in 19th and 20th century America. Today I want to explore the myriad ways that such ideas were resurrected and manipulated as a science of man that could be used and continue to be used today to justify slavery, eugenics, and white supremacism. So I'll start with a brief sort of overview, very brief overview of race science, what we mean when we use that term, and then look at the ancient theories. So race science is really a set of disciplines or fields that aim at understanding the biological causes of human variation in order to, this is the important part, in order to classify and rank humans against each other. So once you looking at human variation is one thing. Once you start looking at it to try to find out who the inferior and superior people are, you've entered into the world of race science instead of simply science. In race science, there is a presumption that there is a superior group that all other groups are inferior to, and that it is a matter of a quote-unquote survival of the fittest, though this phrase will not actually enter into the discourse of race science until after 1859 with Darwin's Origin of the Species. Eugenics, which I want to start with, is actually...
Y'all heard that? Until Darwin, right? Listen, how do you... Man, I'm telling you, bro, I scratched my head on this. The other day when we was there, all them niggas wanted to talk about was science. They need that science. Every Pan-African they got to call in came in want to tell you that the science worked. What did we go there to prove? That we went there to prove that these niggas are the colonizers. How would you be able to recognize the colonizer, Chief? Well, the colonizer is going to tell you everything. Is going. The colonizer is going to tell you what he wants you to know. The colonizer is going to created this science to tell your story. We're going to prove that as well. And you know what's interesting? It was specific. Why I'm so pissed off about it is because we're an American-based community. And science was specifically, Western science, modern science, was specifically created to take away the history of the Americas. And we're going to prove that without a shadow of a doubt. So my question is, why would anybody who is pro-America, why would anybody use science, the story that was created to take away your history? Why would you use that to tell your history? When you do that, what are you doing? You are doing the colonizer's work. And the Pan-Africans understand this. So guess what the Pan-African number one tool is? Science. You use science to knock off the nigga in America. That's what it was created for. Man, we got some. I wish I had all my slides together. Goddamn, we'll do it right now. I don't fuck with science. Shout out to everybody that was hitting me and emailing me and telling me, hey, get the signs, use this. He go, appreciate y'all, bro. Y'all, a lot of people, man. I got a long list. I have a long list to shout out of all of the brothers that hit me up. Hey, man, you need anything, you need help on any research. You need this, man. Let me know. If you need this, I got you, man. Shout out to everybody. That shit really meant a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? I went in there knowing that I wasn't by myself. I know I got the you behind me. No, I got the you with me. But appreciate a lot of the brothers, man, that offered their time, offered their research, and wanted to play their part, man. So shout out to y'all. That's community. That's real community. You know what I mean? And science. Science is now, right now with this whole situation going on, they tell us trust the science. Trust it. Right now, this little situation going on, people saying, I'm not doing that, I'm not taking it. And you know what they accuse you of? Well, you're not trusting the science. Science. Trust the science. You're not believing in the science. And they push that on you. It's a colonizing tool, family. I'm going to show you something. Did y'all see how I opened up with my family, even having them speak for themselves? So it wouldn't come from me. So you wouldn't get the he say, she say. We got the primaries. You know what they said? We got the grade sites, all of this. You know what they said? That doesn't help you. Yeah, my mama and dad. Imagine someone coming up to you, never met you in your life, don't know your mom and dad, and they come up to you and say, your mother is not your mother, sir. No, she's not. Sir, right now, this is self-hatred. Whenever somebody come and they enforce something on you, when it's clear as day and you told them and you showed them, you got all the proof that you are who you say you are. And yet they still place their titles on you. You know what that's called? That's called colonization. That is called colonization. Guess what today? If you ain't taking the bop, 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 guess what? You're not trusting the science. Huh? Check. Let me get some flame and some arrows in this hole. If you niggas not trusting the science, ain't they pushing it down your throat? Ain't that what happened the other day? How do you prove who you are without using science? That's what they told me. I just want to step back right quick. Let me get out of this real quick. Let me stop sharing my screen. Let me come take a peek at y'all right quick. Because I want to see this. I can't see my screen from over there. I want to see this. I want to know if, are y'all with me or not? Did y'all see? See, y'all don't like that. No matter how many times we tell them I ain't no motherfucking Native American. Shout out to Louis Look in the cash app. I mean in the super chat. He said, thanks for knocking out Brother Jabari. Anytime, Look. Look, if any of them other niggas out there fucking with you too, come get me. I got you. Any one of them other niggas out there fucking with you, come. And you know what? Look, it was on Thanksgiving. Jabari would have got away, but it was on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving come around, I don't know, for some reason, all the Pan-Africans came out and they were just, came out to pop their shit and just, we already, and listen, understanding that they are the true colonizers. Y'all gotta peep this here, bro. Let me tell you, let me show you something. We gotta understand, bro, that the Pan-Africans are the colonizers. What happened to us, the Pan-Africans did? Black European ass niggas. So watch this here. They show up on Thanksgiving after they done raped, robbed, and pillaged, right? And they come to make a mockery out of our ancestors on Thanksgiving and bragging about the fact how they came here and colonized our ancestors. I say, nah, I can't look at it. Louis, I say, nah, you got me all the way fucked up. Fuck that, nigga. In the name of the ancestors, fuck that, nigga. Yeah, and we went over there, nigga, and nigga, hey, you ain't finna disrespect the ancestors. That's why I told him in that third round in closing, I say, nigga, you better not ever let me catch you out here speaking bad about a Aboriginal or Indigenous American Indian, nigga. Kick you in your ass, nigga. Get that weak ass colonizer Pan-African shit out of here. That shit out of here. Kick you square in your motherfucking ass, nigga. Come out here to disrespect our ancestors on a holiday that you niggas know. See, that's them rituals and shit they be doing. My, look what the wind that blew in. What's up with it, Lena? Turn up one time, Miss Lori. How you doing? Tiff Johnson, Stiff Tiff in the building. Stiff Tiff in the building. What up, though? Yeah, they came out here on Thanksgiving to get down on the ancestors. No way. Yeah, ancestors say, shit. Ancestors say, hold up, stay right here. Let me go get my nephew. Oh, them niggas out there talking shit. Hold on, let me go get my nephew real quick. Don't go nowhere. I'm finna go get my nephew. Yeah. Now, what was that shit you was just saying about us again? Here go my nephew right here. Here go my nephew, Big Chief Top Cat. Now, what's that shit you niggas was saying over here? Pan-African ass nigga. Drove him. Anyway, back to the bill. But if we peep how when we went over there, no matter how many times, before we went on and everything, hey, bro, we're not doing that Native American shit. I'm an American Indian, homie. And so he come out here with the weak ass nursery rhymes. Columbus thought he was in India. But now he wasn't comfortable with the scholarship. But what he was comfortable with was the colonizership. He wanted to force science on me. Garfield called in and said, I'm rejecting science. The other people were saying we use science every day. Why are they so much standing on science? Because science is created by the colonizer. And who the Pan-African is? The damn colonizer. That's what we went there to do. We went there to show and prove that you are the colonizer. One nigga typed in the chat and said, he ain't proving nothing. All he proving is that white black people was with the white people. All he proving is that the black people is with the white people. Well, when we set up the fight, I told Jabari that this shit was caused by black Europeans. And those black Europeans are the founders of Pan-Africanism. And he said, family, I would love to have that conversation with you. And then he showed up Monday and act like he forgot when we set up the conversation up. Come here. A bloop up, bloop up, bloop up, bloop up, bloop up. Nuh-uh. Don't run. A bloop up, bloop up, bloop up. Nigga show up Monday talking about, yeah, nigga, he's an African. A confused African, but he's an African. Family, the science is there. The science is there, baby. Science is the colonizer. Listen, right now, all you niggas, they kicking you out of work, kicking you out of schools. You can't go in the grocery store, masked up, all this type of shit here. Why? Because they say you are not trusting the science. They're taking away from all your goddamn God-given rights. Okay? Taking away your rights. Putting you in the statehood of a child. Right? Now they your mama and daddy, right? They got authority over you, right? Where do this authority over you come from? Where do the fact you gotta they taking away your God-given rights? Where does that come? Why are they doing that? Because you are not trusting the science. And somebody out there gonna tell me that this ain't got nothing to do with colonization. Somebody gonna fix their motherfucking mouth out there to tell me that this science bullshit is not the work of the colonizer, and we just watch these niggas sit over there the other day and say they ain't accepting nothing but science. And when I prove who the science come from, it comes from the Royal African Company who signed it, but it also comes from the secret college. What is the secret college? It comes from the secret college. Then you got an aspect of it that came with the Moors. Spain. Then you got one that came here with the Moors, with Spain. What were the Moors? What were the Moors at? The Moors went to Mexico, ladies and gentlemen. The Moors went to Mexico. Moors went down there to Mexico and bred in with royal families down there. Oh, we're going to prove everything we say. We're not going to put nothing up there in freestyle. We don't do the Kappa shit. We're going to show and prove. And now today, the Moors are telling us that they are from America. This is their empire. And through this empire, they will create what will become known to the world as anthropology. So, understanding what really took place in history, we see the Moors go down there. I'm not going to say that. I don't want to give up too much. We see the Moors go down there and breed into these raw bloodlines down there. And then we look up 400 years later, and now the Moors are saying they're from America. And when they go to prove that they're from America, what are they using? Because we say, damn, well, what is a Moorish tribe? You know what they go to? They go to Quetzalcoatl and shit. All right? They go to Costa Costa, you get your you get your Mexico stories. They only deal, you just listen to the talking points that they bring up when they bring them up. They love that shit. That's where all your old American and all of that shit there. This love for this old American, that culture down there in Mexico comes from. It comes from the Moors. That's how the Moors validate themselves being here. Amaru and all of that shit. So when we look up and we see what was another thing that the Moors like to pull, Carlos Quintos. Why? I wonder why. Montezuma. Nigga live all the way in New York and he out here telling you about goddamn Mexico stories. I told y'all I don't like talking about nothing I ain't got no goddamn bloodline connection to. Especially if I ain't goddamn came out here talking about my bloodline connection. I'm not finna come down there and skip 5 or 6 motherfucking states to go down into Mexico where my people never lived there. To my knowledge, up until far as I can go back, we never lived in goddamn in the Yucatan Peninsula. I ain't got no bloodline, I ain't got no proof showing my bloodline going to no goddamn. But the Moors do. The Moors do. And it's a confusion in there because these people with this ideology don't fuck with the people from North America. They have a problem with the people that are actually in what is now today, quote unquote, this in the States, these different states you in. They got problems with these people that was in these areas. Because see, everybody didn't go for this shit. Coming in, letting these niggas come in and come get comfortable and be cool. Everybody went cool with that shit. And see, now these niggas then came in and now you ain't got nothing. They've replaced everything about your history with science. They say, well, damn, man, my story was written out of history. That's us. Why you can't prove it? Why none of the books and curriculums and none of these academia says these things that you were saying? Why not? You know, they not saying that. Academia are not saying none of the things that we're saying. This our land, this is us, this our stuff. Academia not saying that. They're saying otherwise. And you know what they're using to say otherwise? And what they're using to cover up your story? Science! What part you don't understand? If they didn't create this shit until they met you. It wasn't here until they met you in the Americas. They didn't go to Africa and start coming out with this shit. Okay? When they came here, they didn't do it until they came here. That's what I'm going to pull out. And you wonder why you ain't got no damn story. You out here pushing science. And science is the damn reason why you ain't got no story, why you ain't in academia, why you ain't in no books, why you can't find your motherfucking people. And we're saying, go look for your people, go look for the bloodline connection, because these niggas will have you out here following Colonizer Doctrines. And get mad when you come out here and expose it. Jabari pissed off. Jabari on his way to Africa, y'all, to go do Pan-African business. Jabari is a real Pan-African. That's what makes that knockout so beautiful. Knocked out a real Pan-African. He finna go to goddamn Ghana and become a chief. Who got a chief under their belt? They said, nigga, how you big chief? Nigga, because I knock out chiefs. A real Pan-African. I played that video of the ambassador. He came back the second round. He say you pissed off, but that lady you had on that video, that's my friend. I know it's your friend, nigga. That's why she up there, and that's why I told your ass you was a colonizer. I said she's a colonizer, and that's your friend. You going to meet with her next week on the 7th to do what? To talk about colonizer shit. Talk about how can you recruit the people in America and bring them back to Africa on this bullshit ass plan, nigga. When I said I was 10 steps ahead of this nigga the whole time. He threw up his sources. I came right back in the second round and debunked all of this shit. Was it beautiful or was it? Come on, man. You can't tell me that wasn't the work of the ancestors. Work that nigga out. Every time he put something up, I came right behind him. Worked him out. And then put his homegirl up there to let him know we understand what you niggas are up to. And it ain't gonna work, nigga. That shit scared the shit out of him. What the fuck just happened? Is what he said after. What just happened? Did that really just happen? That nigga said, you said a lot of personal things about, I ain't said nothing personal about you. But you know what? You know, when niggas in church, they say, man, I felt like the pastor was talking to me. I felt like he was talking directly to me. That nigga said, hey, man, you said a lot of personal things. Nigga, I ain't said nothing personal. But see what happened, it all fit him. Why? Because he's a real Pan-African. All right? Real, he do the trips, he do the tours. He down with the Back to Africa movement. He really out there on the ground. He with these organizations. They gave him a free house out there so he can use to recruit. Tell you, hey, this can be you. Come on back home. These niggas a pyramid scheme. You got a nigga over you, a nigga over you. The people that you bring into this, they gonna be on your team. And then you find you some leaders out of that and you get them to go get them some little homies to pull. And it's a goddamn pyramid scheme. He going to go meet with one of the top bosses next week. That's why he on his way to Africa now. Send his ass back to the motherland with an ass whooping. And when they sit down at that meet, you know what he gonna look across that lady and he gonna say, dear ambassador. And he gonna speak about that moment that he just had the other day. That's how much I mean to this shit, nigga. That's when you really go out there and knock a motherfucking Pan-African out when he got to go take it to the top Pan-Africans in America pushing this movement, nigga. They gonna know what the fuck happened the other night. When it go past the YouTube shit. When the information's so powerful that you got to take it to the big boss up top. You got to go take something that happened on little YouTube to the big boss on the top, nigga. Big bars. And you know what the big boss gonna tell him? Well, did you put the science on him? Did you put the science on him though? I can't wait till Monday. I cannot wait till Monday. This shit is over with Monday. And if a nigga got it in his hand, and if any nigga standing on side of these science-based ass doctrines, you will know who the guy, just like we went over there and we showed who the goddamn Pan-African colonized. Well, they the main motherfuckers who, them goddamn Pan-African in this science, bro. But any nigga standing next to science, you will see. You will see with a clear eye view who is who in this situation. And if you got that science in your hand, I feel sorry for you. Come on back home, nigga, and come get bloodline. Go find Big Mama and them and get away from these white scientists and these motherfucking eugenicists. All of it. All forms of this science. All of it goes hand in hand with the Outer Africa theory. All of these sciences go hand in hand with the Outer Africa theory. We will talk about that Monday. We will show and prove. Step after step, okay? You know Big Mama say when you make a lie, you got to keep lying. So you know what they had to do? So once you come out here, you got the skull, you got the bones, you got this, now we need a rock. Now we need this. Jabari showed up the other day. Let me tell you how this science was here to take your story. The science was here to write the colonizer in the story. Get what he told me the other day. Jabari he says that there are no Africans in America. Prove it. You know what this nigga said? He said, we have the artifacts. We have the stones. Okay? That's why they need these rocks. That's why they need these fake ass scripts. Oh, we found a script, the Dead Sea Scrolls, buried in the ground, buried in a tomb. Yeah, I found this shit in the caves back there. That's where all of this shit come from. And then you gotta go. We got the fox. We got a fossil. Now you got your fossils. Now you got your rocks. A nigga wrote on the rock. I know it was him. Look at this rock. He wrote it on there. I tripped and fell over it, and yeah. That's where you get all of this. Is the science. This is them trying to. How can you prove it? No bloodline ties. So if they're not using bloodline, why won't you use the bloodline? Why would you use what he used? He got a rock. He got a fucking hip bone, he say. And you okay with that. And you're okay with that. Oh, I was here. How you know we're here? I found a rock that had Hebrew wrote on it. You found a rock. Wait, time out. You found a rock that had, hey, the Hebrews were here, brother. I got the rock in my back pocket. Nigga signed an autograph for the rock. Nigga autographed the rock for me. And you're okay with that. This is the shit. So we ain't gonna fuck Big Mama. That was the Pan-Africans say. Listen to niggas who tell you, fuck Big Mama, don't listen to what your family say. Listen to science. Who does that sound like? The Pan-Africans. Check. Are we seeing what's going on here yet? Are we seeing what's going on here yet? I brought out my auntie talking about her having to go through the graveyard at 17, nigga, write it down upside down and looked at me in my eye and told me, brother, you know that does not prove anything. You need the science. Okay? That's when the nigga trying to put you in chains. That's why I told Jabari, you trying to put me back in chains. See, they want you to feel like you crazy. And see, they know, they hear you, they know damn well what's going on. But if they do it over and 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 over again, guess what, nigga? One day niggas gonna break. Niggas break. They give in. They break. They'll break you. They know. That's why that lady gonna tell him next week. She gonna say, did you put the science on her? What she say? You going against the program. This is a program. Programming the mind. How do you know you're here? Nigga, because I know my mama, she know her mama, and she know her mama, and she know her mama, and she know her mama, but somehow, science. Man, open up your Holy Bibles real quick. Open up your Holy Bibles. The Bible says that Jesus is the head of the house. Love Jesus more than you honor Jesus more than you honor your mother and thou father, or some shit like that. So now they come and replace your bloodline with religion. You got to be more loyal to this deity than you do to your own family. Science and religion going together. Who brought the science in? The colonizer. Come on, man. But I'm a bad guy for saying that. Listen, man, I don't give a fuck if you're a Pan-African colonizer, if you're a colonizer claiming the Americas, nigga, if you out here with this colonizer shit in your hand and you pushing colonizer, nigga, I'm expose your ass. We are not going into you niggas' chains. I don't give a fuck if it's coming from a Pan-African or a crypto Moor. A crypto Jew with you damn Hebrews or a crypto Moor. who's talking about he from America. But he basing his shit on Mexico because he basing it on what the Spanish went down there and did to them people down in Mexico. And he is saying this is how he is from the Americas now. How you know? They'll never talk about, you got 50 states in the goddamn USA, and they don't talk about damn one of them. They take you down into Mexico. The old Mex, the Mayans. Montezuma. Woo! I can't wait till Monday. And then when they got in the family, guess what they do? Now here your ass go, here comes science. Then knock you over the goddamn head. Man, let's walk. Man, let's walk. So sad. So sad. So now, hold on, Mom, I got you. The ancient roots of modern scientific racism. We talk about the eugenics. We hear people say eugenics is Pan-African. No, eugenics is science. We're not doing that. Oh, eugenics is science. It's Pan-African. Nigga, eugenics is science. And if you got any form of science in your hand, nigga, they're going to attach it to eugenics. Man, can I share something with y'all, man? My daughter came to me and she told me, Daddy, I want to be a scientist when I grow up. So this is, me sitting out digging into this. I need to know everything. If that's what she want to do, I'm going to support her. But she needs to know this. She needs to know all of this shit. And she go into that field or go down that path of study as a career choice, I will make sure that she have all of this information. So when she go in, she won't be looking at it through the lens of the colonizer. She can see the science through the lens of an indigenous American and see what they done to us and see how this was put on to specifically take away from the people in the Americas. No one else, only the Americans. Okay? Your science, your anthropology, your fucking cranial skull, all of this shit was to rewrite the history of the people in America. And it's unfortunate that we will push this off to the people as this is our story. When it's full of racism. I'm not gonna tell you. We're gonna walk through this bill right here, and we're gonna let her work the flow one time, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna open the panel up.
So the Galton Laboratories of National Eugenics was founded at first as the Eugenics Records Office in 1904 in University College London by Francis Galton, a cousin of Charles Darwin, who believed firmly not only that his cousin's theory of evolution and natural selection was correct, but that it could be applied to humans and accelerated through intentional and careful breeding programs. Francis Galton coined the term eugenics, combining the Greek "eu," meaning well, and genos, meaning born, to form the term well-born. This is not an ancient term, though it is in fact not outside of the tradition that the ancients would use, thinking of something like eupatridae, which is a group within Athens of aristocrats and other places. It's an ancient naming practice, if not an ancient word itself. The goal of his laboratory was to influence policy and encourage the government to create programs that forced sterilizations and birth control for the lower classes and non-whites. And one of his biggest proponents, who was a member of the National Eugenics Society, was Winston Churchill, which many people don't know. After World War II, about 50 to 20 years after World War II, the laboratory was renamed the Department of Genetics, Evolution, and Environment in an attempt to distance itself from the atrocities of the Holocaust. Now, eugenics is not the earliest form of race science. Modern race science's origins can be traced back to Johann Friedrich Blumenbach in the late 18th, early 19th centuries. And I'll give you a picture of, this is his 5 races. He published his material on skulls between 1789 and 1829, I believe. But skulls are going to sort of become the baseline. Craniometry is going to become a baseline for the developing form of race science. Blumenbach adhered to a principle called monogenesis that assumed that all humans were ultimately derived from two, in fact, ancestors. That there was human degeneracy, or human variation, was due to what he called degeneracy, i.e., he assumed that some groups of humans, which he called races, had degenerated from their original form after moving to a new, less well-suited or inferior climate, and also as a result of bad diet. So be careful if you eat Cheetos, what might happen. Right? The original humans, who he assumed were Adam and Eve, were, he believed, white people, whom he called Caucasian. So this is the guy who coins the use of the term Caucasian to refer to white people. And he assumed that they all came from somewhere in Asia, which is where he imagined the Garden of Eden to be. And if you haven't read it, there's a really good book called Divine Variations, how Christian theology forms the basis of modern race science by Terence Keele, who is a historian and Black Studies professor at UCLA and a member of the Center for Genetics Research there. He supported this theory through the study of skulls, as you can see. And this idea did not end with Blumenbach, nor was it a fringe idea. Others who contributed to this science, right, include almost a who's who list of 19th century physicians, anthropologists, and biologists. Men like Samuel George Morton, William Flinders Petrie, Otis Mason, who was the first curator of anthropology at the Smithsonian Institute, Francis Galton, of course, and surprisingly, even the young Franz Boas. Perhaps the most well-known and most influential book in U.S. race science was that by Knott and Glidden called The Types of Mankind. This is a couple of images that are fairly well-known from Knott and Glidden's Types of Mankind. On my left, this side, you see, actually it's on the right side of the slide.
We're going to be tying some of this shit into the lecture.
Okay. This is a sketch that was done. So part of the impetus for Knott and Glidden's book is Glidden was an Egyptologist, and Glidden looked to some of these recently discovered tomb paintings to see where they could identify the quote-unquote types of men. And so these were considered to be originating races, and through this we're actually going to see a German trend that actually lays claim to Egypt as a Nordic-founded civilization later on. But you have Libyans, Nubians, I can't remember which one's the little Asians, they're called in the text, Asiatics in the text, and then the Egyptians.
Asiatic? Is that where these niggas get this Asiatic shit from? I'm going to tell you right now, boy, is that where y'all get this Asiatic shit from? Don't tell me you got that from science. All of them, bro. Listen, if you ever wonder why we ain't went nowhere, you had all these movements go on. All of these movements who came here to try, what they all came selling? Identity. All of them selling you identity, and they were backed by either science or religion. People, we just tied the science and the religion together. All of these are used. And like we said, we brought up King Charles. He signed the damn charter. And we know King Charles is the grandson of the King James Bible. That's his grandson. And we see him signing the charter to give the Royal Society, which is the oldest scientific institution in modern science. So you got your Bible and your religion together, bro. Colonizer. So if they ain't coming to tell you that you're religious, they're coming to tell you science. Colonizer. And if you are a person that's out here teaching any one of these things, then guess what? You are a missionary worker by default for colonization. How about that, Jack? Let's keep it real. Let's call it what it is and stop letting these scholars get away with murder, right? Let's stop. I mean, if you niggas gonna go work for UNESCO, if you want to go work for the white man and teaching, preaching Africana studies, any nigga teaching Africana studies is a missionary worker by default. You're a missionary worker by default. Africana studies is backed up by science. And there's some other communities out here that are backed up by science. I'm just showing you how this shit look from a nigga on the outside looking in. I told a brother yesterday on Clubhouse, listen to me, family. You do not let a Hebrew prove Jesus by using the Bible. Make him come out of the Bible and prove it if it's real. Because they want to put you in that realm of religion. They want to put you in. If you ain't accepting the religion, what they tell you? Are you going to hell? You're a non-believer. You're a non-believer. Stop talking to me. Or you the devil, nigga. You're a non-believer. Shame on you, you non-believer. You ain't got no Jesus in your life. You're going to hell, nigga. Your life will not prosper, nigga. Why? Because you're not accepting the religion. What's in the religion? The colonizer. And when you don't take that science, you don't take that science, you hate yourself. But when we make it about science in America, then all of a sudden, none of the colonizer tactics apply, right? No, that's not true. That is not true. It's the same person if they talking about America or Africa, bro. Because they using bones to validate it when we have mothers and fathers. You do not need no one bones to prove nothing in America. All those bones tied to your bloodline is what we need to start asking niggas, right? Pan-Africans and any other nigga who running around here with a bone in his back pocket. We need to know, are you niggas genetically tied in with this motherfucking bone that these folks say they found in the ground? If the bone's so real, is that your cousin bone, nigga? Is that your great-great-great-great-great-great-granddaddy bone, nigga? Then you talking some shit. If you're not, then you are a missionary worker for colonization by default.
All of these different scientists and archaeologists and anthropologists and physicians argued for and assumed a connection between genes, evolution, even if they didn't call it that at the time, and environment. And all of them assumed the natural primacy and superiority of peoples from Northern Europe. So, what are the ancient connections here? Now, this connection between genetics, evolution, and environment shouldn't actually surprise anyone who knows anything about modern genetics and the understanding of the role of environmental impact in the history of evolution. But it is not, in fact, clear to many people how these three things came to be connected in people's minds, why they searched for it.
Tiffany said she about to smoke. Pass that shit over here. My cataract bad. My weed man going out of town for a wedding. Yeah, he ain't gonna be back to next Monday, the day of the election. I need you to pass that dope over here, stiff tip.
In the first place. And the answer is, in fact, because they have always been connected in the history of science, going all the way back to the 5th century BC. And in fact, one could argue that it goes all the way back to Homer with the Cyclops. But the ideas were transmitted in texts that continue to be copied, read, and accepted as authoritative in Europe, West Asia, and North Africa from the 5th century BC until the early 20th century. The ideas within those ancient texts, the Hippocratic Corpus, Aristotle, Plato, Herodotus, Galen, surprisingly a guy named Vitruvius, who many of you probably don't know who that is, these form an undercurrent of assumptions that we actually take for granted now, but we no longer know where they come from. Most important of these ideas for this talk are assumptions that we make about what can and cannot be inherited from our parents and how we assume that environment impacts or does not impact life outcomes. And one thing I'll note, as I started doing this research about 5 or 6 years ago, I've become very conscientious of the fact that whenever I feel cold and I say, I can't deal with cold because I'm from California, that's actually a remnant of these ideas that we sort of have taken as part of our everyday sort of life. We just assume that we acclimatize and things like this. Now, from the ancient texts on the one hand, we have a whole series of texts that promote an idea that we call environmental determinism. The environment, and we mean here climate, topography, geography, and it can, with Vitruvius and others, include built environments as well. It was assumed to have a direct, if not immediate, impact.
I appreciate that love, Marcus, man.
On the physical body.
Appreciate that love, Baltimore. Appreciate that love, Ashley.
And here you
appreciate that love, Al in the cash out.
Version of.
Appreciate that love, Christopher McBride in the cash out. Appreciate that love, Corey in the cash out.
It's kind of the stuff that carries the soul from the male into the matter of the female in ancient medical terminology. So the woman provides the matter from which humans are composed, and the man provides the blueprint for it in the thing called the seed, and the seed also carries the soul with it. So conception is when the soul and the sort of blueprint enter into the matter. And women are produced when there is a problem in the process and a deformed human comes into being. This is according to Aristotle.
Y'all hear that shit? And see, a lot of you niggas be out here with this old cap ass information too. Aristotle said, in order to make a baby, the man gotta come in her, and when he come in, he putting the soul in her. That's the soul right there. Woo! See, you can't go cut a slice off of it and say, I just want this part. Nah. I just want this part right here. Nah. You can't do that. You can't do it.
I love him so much. So what would happen is that something could happen with the climate that can impact the seed at the moment of conception, depending on where conception takes place and what is contained in the seed. So the idea isn't that if you move from Nubia, or Nubian moved up from Kush to Germany in antiquity, they would not suddenly give birth to a German child because the blueprint has within it the climate of the past. So there has to be multiple, they recognize that you have to have multiple generations before you can actually see any sort of impact of environment. They would say they never came up with a plan for testing this, but of course we know that it takes thousands and thousands of years for any sort of mutation to take place. But they thought it could happen, they just didn't know how it could happen. But the idea is that those who were born in a hot climate with a lot of sun will have black skin because they are literally sunburnt, whereas those who are born in the far north will have really, they didn't call it white skin, they called it red because you were considered to be frost-burned.
Yeah, I hear this science. This science.
The cold makes you have really pale skin and flushed cheeks, right? Like you get if you're outside in the cold. And so these were things that you would carry with you on your body that marked you from the environment.
Hold on, we're gonna come
now,
up some.
Changes
I just want to let y'all hear this crazy shit.
The earth, you're auto-generated from the ground.
And this is science.
And here I actually mean white people. And of course, we mean really upper middle class white people. And until about the 1980s, mostly male white upper class people. It is a well-known fact, known to anyone who has read Phyllis Wheatley or W.E.B. Du Bois or Frederick Douglass, that classics was used as a gatekeeper to higher education against Black Americans after emancipation. It was stated unequivocally by numerous leaders in academia and politics well into the 20th century that the Black mind, like the woman's mind, was unable to understand and attain mastery of the classics. W.E.B. Du Bois's life work with classics was intended to prove this a lie, and he worked to promote classical education to his talented tenants so that through this education, because he knew classical education was the gateway to getting into universities, they could gain access to universities, create a professional class to serve Black communities as doctors, lawyers, and other professionals when it became clear after Reconstruction.
What's up with it, P? Appreciate that love, mama. She say supporting our future scientists and those of us scientists that know who we are and yet actively participate in multiple fields. Shout out to PNB, y'all. PNB is a scientist, and I wasn't talking about you. PNB, I wasn't talking about you, mama. Now, if I want to know something about some science, and I remember one day she told me, and I until she said that, I never really thought about it like that. But but anyway, man, I ain't gonna go into it too deep, man. But shout out to PNB. Good to see you. And shout out to our future scientists out there. But yeah, I told P, my little girl wanted to be a scientist, and yeah, she gave me some good words of encouragement, and she was really proud about that. Shout out to P.
Construction installed that segregation and not integration was going to be the law of the land.
Look at Tree talking about top rich up.
And yet, in the same period, a period known as redemption, in which white Southerners reclaimed their legislatures and local governments from Black Americans who had made advances under Reconstruction, sought to take.
Naughty, what a smoke at, Naughty, man. My weed man gone out of town to a wedding, Naughty. Naughty, I need some of that roster smoke.
Their segregationist waves nationwide. So we have a concurrent development of the field of classics as it becomes embedded in higher education, which becomes increasingly narrow and narrow and narrow and is used as a gatekeeper. At the same time as we have the development of the science of man, under the as it's called, which takes as its proposition that people who are white Northern European descent are premier, and then they create a structure and hierarchies around this. So we have concurrent development, and they use the classical texts and the ideas within them to create the scaffolding for the science of man that they're going to use, and then they use them back and forth to prove each other, essentially. Right? Classics is the best because it's produced by the best people, and it attracts the best people, and we know this because science tells us, science is based on our ancient sources, tell us that this is how the world works. And what we then have, what's really interesting, is the science develops. I think this is a really interesting point. I've not gone through the legwork on it, but the science really reaches its height. It starts really starting around 1859 when Non-Glidden's book is published, but we see it sort of reach its pinnacle, and what I'm going to show you in a minute, in the 1890s, which is after Reconstruction, and which is moving us into the period which they refer to as redemption, which is when, particularly in the Southern white landowners, etc., moved back in to take control of what they had lost under Reconstruction.
And she's talking about that was after they killed Lincoln and Johnson came back. They reversed the field order 15. Very important through this what they call the Reconstruction. During this Reconstruction period, what are we going to see? We're going to start to see a lot of this science start to be formulated. Also, during Reconstruction, what are we going to see? We're going to see them start, for the first time, going into a lot of these mounds and these ancient sites. Yeah, it just happened yesterday. Day before yesterday type of shit. Just happened. And already, just out of that short period of time, they was able to formulate this shit here for a nigga. And through this whole eugenics movement gonna come, which we know came through the Royal Geographical Society. Charles Darwin, Daddy, all of them niggas, the son, everybody working with him. Now we gonna watch it, and she walking it down, man. Shout out to this lady, man. She walking it down. Miss Rebecca Kennedy. She walking it down, man, and so we coming through the Reconstruction period. We're gonna bring you up into the 20th century too. Let's walk.
And they're going to take this nationwide in the way that I'm going to show you in a minute visually. Right? So we're going to have a strong visual link that is going to be created in order to make this idea of whiteness and the classical and superior and the classical make headway. And they're going to use the science of eugenics in particular, but they're going to link it up to classically styled visual representations. All right. So I'm going to start with plantation architecture. So one of the things that we see, and you can sort of walk around your campuses and you get to see the glory of the white columns. The white columns were actually not particularly prominent for a long period of time, except in plantation houses. And what we actually see is if you look at the architecture and spacing of plantations, you see all of the classical elements are focused into the main house, and then as you get further away from the main house, you lose the classical elements. Right? And you could order these things through catalogs. A lot of these houses are in fact put together through catalogs. So you would order the pieces already produced and carved in other locations, and then they would be brought.
Oh, okay. So y'all just showing out in my motherfucking chat today, huh? So y'all just come over here today to come show y'all motherfucking ass, huh? Lucky and PNB, y'all just came to just come show y'all motherfucking ass today in the cash app, huh? Somebody having a good day today, goddamn. Shout out to Look right back, and he said, I'm going to match you, PNB. Not just because you're beautiful than a motherfucker. Not because you're a beautiful scientist, but because this is some real info here. Shout out to Look and who else, man? There was somebody else. I think I missed. I can't go that far back. Somebody else jumped in there, but I caught it late. We'll figure it out right after that though. But yeah, y'all showing y'all motherfucking ass today.
And assembled on site.
Yeah, where you at, Look? Say something in the chat. They say Rich Look up, goddamn. Where Look is? Look, say something in the chat.
Racializing the ancient world, ancestry and identity, and the early United States is quite good. And that Lyra, she's very good. She's working on publishing it at some point. So that architecture gets picked up by the Berman, who is the architect of the Chicago World's Fair in 1893. It was intended to open in 1892 in honor of the anniversary of Columbus's landing on the shores of so-called New World. And the idea here is that they were going to create a place which they refer to as the White City, which they were going to technologically engineer on what had been a sort of wasteland strand in Chicago along the lake. And the core of it is this place called the White City, which you can see illustrations of and photos of, which is essentially a whole classically neoclassical city. And they didn't make it out of marble, they made it out of wood, and then they took white plaster and painted it up so that it would shine brilliantly white. They filled it with statues. I put these sort of allegory for agriculture down here, but one of my favorite statues is actually the statue of the quote-unquote real American, which is one of the sort of first places.
Hold on, Miss Rebecca. Give me 1 second. They out here showing out in my goddamn chat. Hold on. Indy Gal just dropped some. She say, you brought the whole community together at one time, beefs or not. Nobody can act like that wasn't a beautiful moment for the engine. Super historical, still high from it. Indy Gal, I finally went to sleep yesterday. I finally just got me some sleep yesterday, man. I've been on the hot tub. I'm like, damn, I cannot go to sleep. I probably had maybe like 6 hours all together since Monday from yesterday. I got me sleep yesterday, but before then, I could not get no sleep. I wasn't sleepy or nothing. It wasn't like I was tired and just stand up. I just couldn't go to sleep. Man, say what you want, bro. It was people. That shit brought people together, bro. That shit brought people together. That was the work of the ancestors. And then you see the devil come out and want to reign on that, want to take that from you. That is a dangerous person. That person is dangerous for your future. It is no way possible that somebody like that can have your best intentions at heart. There's no way that somebody like that can want to see this shit progress. There's no way somebody like that have a connection with their ancestors, because there was nothing but the work of the ancestors. Everybody was outside. We had a parade, nigga. We stayed up over here on this motherfucker to 3:30 in the morning, nigga, Central Time. So niggas on the East Coast, it was 4:35 in the morning when they went to sleep, and it was still 100 and some people in the chat when we closed down, nigga. That's how beautiful, nigga. Everybody was outside. Nigga, we flipped cars over. We spray painted the downtown, nigga. That shit right there, they had fireworks. The weed was free. All the weed man just came on the block, started passing out dope to everybody. Yeah, man, it was beautiful. The women was cooking this shit, fellas. They brought you your plates. We drunk, we got full. I just went to sleep yesterday, nigga. That shit right there, hey, you was spot on that engine, gal. Sister Runner said it was a long time coming. Let freedom ring, nigga. That shit felt like a freedom parade, huh, nigga? Say, you know, you niggas can say what they want to say, bro. Niggas can say what they want to say, but that shit going down in history. I had Pan-Africans hit me up and congratulate me. I had Pan-Africans hit me up and say and congratulate me. And it was more so not because of that, but because of what they seen happen to the community. And yo, you gotta understand why this is going on. The community at war. You know, all that other shit was going on, and niggas was, you was rah, this, that, and that, and there was a lot of negative energy in the air. Even on the day of. The day of, it was negative energy. It was, and then when we closed out that night, man, everybody was clapping. You know, some people said some fucked up things about me that night, but in the end, after it was over with, they was cheering for me. They was rooting, bro. So I'ma act like I didn't even hear that. I'ma act like I didn't even hear that because that shit touched me to hear people who didn't see me in the best light, but they was proud. And I can't say they was proud for me. They was proud for us because that was for us. And I'm willing to act like I ain't never heard none of the bad things. I'm okay with, I want us all to be together. I'm optimistic. I know that shit ain't gonna happen, but that's what I do it for the possibility that one day it might happen. And so everybody that was proud for me, man, everybody that was happy for us and felt like and took part of that victory with them, man, bro, I ain't got no problem. I'm not worried about this shit. Because that feeling, whatever that feeling was that you had that day, man, let's do whatever we can to make sure we always feel like that. Because when we feel like that, when we happy and we're in our higher self and we proud and we root for each other and we got each other back, that's what we need to be. Let's work on staying in that place, because in that place, you'll never say nothing bad about me. You'll never look at me like I wasn't your brother. That night, I was your brother, and you had a lot of love for me. I had love for y'all, and that's what took us over the top. That's what helped us win, man. And I want to stay in that moment. I want to stay in that moment, man. And so these people who are coming out here with the other shit, these people are bad for your future, and they don't mean you no good. They already not talking to you about the importance of bloodline, so shit. They already ain't talking to you about the importance of bloodline. I already ain't showed you their bloodline. I already ain't showed you their damn bloodline. Yeah, and so yeah, we got to be careful, man. And really pay attention to what's going on. Besides the engine gas for those wise words right there, that was super real. All right, let's walk. We're gonna let her finish this off, man. Talking about this colonization. How you scientifically colonize a nigga ass.
Where we see this direct correlation between Midwestern farmers and real Americans. So this thing where you keep hearing every time you read the New York Times, where they're telling you that, oh, well, real Americans, and they mean in the Midwest as opposed to urban. We have cities in the Midwest. I know it's hard to believe. We do have them. And we have non-white people in the Midwest as well, but they're not quote unquote real Americans. And so this is where the equation gets formed. Outside, so you have this.
Hey, Shrug say the lecture they got beat down, the chat they got beat down, the phone lines got shut down. They had nowhere to run. Whew, y'all niggas was working their chat. That's why I say, bro, it was special teams, it was offense, it was defense. They got mad because they chat wouldn't support them. Bro, that wasn't our fault that your chat didn't believe in you that much. And then by the second round, after in the middle of the second round, they just completely gave up on Jabari. The chat was turning on him saying, bro, what are you doing? See, that first round, they chalked it up. But that second round, when they seen he got halfway, they said, oh, shit, we in trouble. We in trouble. And y'all was tearing their ass up. So I never say, tell them to chill out. I said, hey, y'all, we gonna stay dangerous. I'm not calling no killers off, nigga. I don't know. I'm not calling no killers off. Damn, my alarm went off. Damn, I didn't went over. All right, fuck it. We gonna keep going. I got a little more time.
Allegorical representations everything is done in pure.
I just set an alarm, goddamn. I'm supposed to be in and out. But we're gonna kick it a little minute.
White stucco. One architect, however, defied this, the guy who built the transportation building, and he used influences of Moorish architecture and painted his building up gaudily because he felt that this building essentially set back American architecture by about 50
Copper Skin King in the cash out. What up, though? Appreciate you. Lucky Guzman in the cash out. Appreciate you. Appreciate you too, Kennedy, doubling back again. Appreciate you in the cash out.
That they didn't progress out because of this. Outside of the fairgrounds, oh, here's our real American. There he is, right here. Outside of the fairgrounds, the anthropologists got to build what they call the Midway Plaisance. And the Midway Plaisance was essentially, if you go to a carnival or fair today, it's like all the rides and all the vendors. This is where belly dancing was introduced to the United States. They had a place called the Streets of Cairo, which you can see down here. You had an Eskimo village that had a roller coaster in it that you could ride on. It essentially takes all the different people, and those Africans are being set up in little huts on display for people to see. Indigenous peoples are being set up and staged around teepees so that people can come and gaze at them and gawk at them. This is not the first fair. This was the second World's Fair in the United States, and then we'll have a series of them afterwards. The 1905 St. Louis Fair is probably one of the most important in the building of sort of what we think of as standard race hierarchies in America. This was the one that the big arch was built for.
Right.
And this is the one where we have the representation of America's silent empire. So the Philippines.
Turn up one time. I wanted to go into that. Okay, 1898, man. Turn up one time. The U.S. Look, check it out. When you dealing with this, and you're talking about the Americas, especially when you down there in the trade ports of the Yucatan, there was a direct relationship with the people out of the Pacific Islands. Period. So much so that these niggas was damn near like kinfolk. Fuck damn near. That's how in depth the relationship was. These people have been around these people for a long time. So much so that when we walk through colonization, I guess I gotta throw that in there too. Monday. We'll talk about that too Monday. Because you gotta understand something. Before any of these tactics and tricks was taken to Africa, niggas here felt it, and the goddamn Moors took it to them niggas in the islands. The Philippines Islands was one of those places. There was a direct connect. I came here 30 days. My first 30 days here, I had laid all of this shit out. First 30 days on the court. April 28, 2020, I dropped a bill telling all of this shit. Listen, we've been through the state fairs and all of this shit here. So 1898, man, they got the Philippine War. The Moors had left and went over there already. That's where you get the Manila Galleon and all of that story there from. They hijacked this ancient trade. It's been a trade line. So they in these islands. Now we got to go back though, because I know there's some smart guys in here, and they'll take a nigga back to 1250 when you had the Moors meet these people in the islands. Take you back to 1250. These people the Moors met them in the islands, and these niggas converted over to Islam. So when they get there, 1898, these people are identified as Moros. So you get the war, U.S. is taking over. They put a program together, man. Millions of dollars, man, to colonize these people, and they said it's gonna take 50 years. No, 200 years. I'm sorry, 200 years. And one of the titles that they gave him was brown people, brown pride. I just seen a Mexican. I was going in the store. He held the door for me the other day, and I read his shirt, and it said brown pride on it. And so he went to go get what he went to go get. I came back and get what I was gonna get. We waiting on the slow ass store man to come from the back, the side, or wherever this hoe was at. And I asked Tommy, I said, "Hey, you Philippine?" He said, nah. Kind of laughed it off or whatever. I don't know if he was nervous, but it is what it is, man. But he had no clue. I just asked him that because you a Mexican, you got the brown pride. Mexicans identify with brown pride. But that was a term placed on them through colonization. So when we come out here and tell the story of how did these quote unquote Native American people get these titles and end up getting academia and everybody placing them as the owners of this land, man, it's simple. You gotta walk through it. How did they do it? They did it with the science. And the science is what they're gonna use to justify that these people are they. But they had these Philippines, they brought them there, they put them in bow and arrows, they put them in little Native American suits and dressed them up and shit at the fair. Made them build tents and all the teepees and all this type of shit, brother. The colonization is real. And so when you get out here and you see them Native Americans at the powwow and they trying to remember the next step to the dance and all of that shit there. Ain't got no rhythm, ain't flowing with the wind and none of that shit. Just real 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 3, 4, 1, 2. Real basic. Cause they taught them this. But let's walk.
Where people were put on display. And my favorite aspect of that fair, favorite as in, I can't believe anyone thought this was a good idea. My favorite aspect of that fair is when the indigenous peoples who they put on display at the fair, they weren't fierce enough for the visitors. And so they brought in Wild Bill Hickok's Cowboys and Indians show, put on fights for the audiences. This gives you an idea of the level of this. But if you think about it, I think it's something like 38 million people went to the Chicago Fair. So if you want to understand how this vision of whiteness and this vision of classics being connected to whiteness and this vision of people who aren't white Americans as being outside of the white city, not welcome in the white city, and sort of exotification of peoples, this reached a lot of people. And it was intimately tied up to the ideas of technology and technological advancement and to product placement. It's sort of one of the originating moments of the grand marketing schemes. These fairs continued, and what happens is that this is from the race betterment booth that you see here is from the San Francisco Fair in 1935, the California Fair. And what we'll see is that instead of having entire structures that are classical, we will see a movement towards having simple statues and other things representing that classical. Now, at the Chicago Fair, there was not a race betterment booth because the eugenics movement had not been really initiated in the U.S. That comes in 1910-ish with the founding of the Cold Spring Harbor Lab by Davenport. But we do have a...
Y'all know Davenport is one of the top eugenics here in this country right here. That's Darwin them kinfolk. And man, they people them still around today. That would be interesting to me. Like the people that they talking about that did all this, they got family members, bro, that's still here. They're still working in these fields. So what do they tell you? It's still going on. Understand this. Darwin wasn't the first. Darwin, daddy and grandpa and them and all these niggas was already into this shit. Like, this is very, very deep. This ain't nothing to be looking at and talking about, oh, I'm impressed and all these niggas using big words and they trying to talk smart. No, you need to look at what they're using this shit for. They didn't erase your whole history and replaced it with this shit. And validated somebody else's story over yours through this. But we're saying we need to use this. well, I'll just take this part of it out over here because I think it'll help with my argument. That shit ain't gonna work. No. If you take one part out of it, you got the whole thing, bro, by default. Because you got to go back and source this guy who is the colonizer, who is pushing the colonizer agenda. And the agenda is this scientific shit that's taken away from your family steward. You can't be you because of science. Let's walk.
A craniometric booth at the Chicago World's Fair, and it was run by Franz Boas. It was one of his first assignments. And what they did is they had a picture of a Harvard man and a Radcliffe girl, and you were to measure yourself against them to see how good of, how healthy and how appropriate you were as a human being, apparently, measured against these two. And they would measure your skull and let you measure it up against the Harvard and the Radcliffe woman. That was sort of the initial phase of it. It then gets picked up even more. And I put these two figures together because these two images actually are only 4 years apart. People forget that the Nazis were actually the foundation. They took as their foundation both for the Nuremberg laws and for their scientific activities. One, American eugenics programs. We have a lot of clear, direct connections between the eugenicists of the U.S. and the Nazis, and they use Jim Crow as the basis for the Nuremberg laws. This is well-documented material, so I'm not making stuff up. I'm just not going to go through all of the material. But you can see sort of the use of these sculptures, the admiration for the sculptures, and I'm not going to go into this whole thing about polychromy and the painting of sculptures. It's not the whiteness of the marble that's actually admirable, it's the origin point of them, and the fact that these are none of these sculptures that you see are in fact classical sculptures. These are modern reproductions that actually take and turn into, they make them look like classical sculptures, but they have the idealized body types that they themselves want to promote. So you'll never see like the boxer being up here or something. The Discobolus is the exception that everybody seems to love, Nazis and eugenicists alike. So the forging of this link between classics and whiteness had consequences both within and without the discipline. Within the discipline, it led to the whitewashing of the ancient Greeks and Romans themselves. They became, as Bernard Knox once so proudly put it, the oldest dead white European males. And as part of this whitewashing, not only did our ancient Greeks and Romans, for whom the concept of whiteness had no meaning, become themselves avatars of modern white supremacism, the discipline itself dismissed as lesser than and irrelevant the interconnected cultures of the ancient Mediterranean and created the narrow field we know today.
And so when we look up, bro, it wasn't only that, but the information that they was creating too was a lot of fake shit too. Shout out to the University of Chicago. Gates and them. See, I be hearing a lot of people be talking about Gates and them and bro, you can't talk about these people and then you're using their sciences. You can't tell me that they the colonizer on one hand, but I got you over here using their shit. So what does that make you by default? A colonizer. See, it's very simple to stay away from that type of shit. Just deal with your bloodline. But niggas don't want to deal with bloodline. What did we find out the other day? There's only two ways out of this. Either you're going to go with bloodline or you're going to go with science. If a nigga ain't going with bloodline, then he's going with science. And when you're going with bloodline, guess what you're going with? You are going with your ancestors. Let's simplify this shit. Because niggas are looking for ways out. No, we're gonna simplify it. They say it's more than one way to do this shit. You know why they say that? Because the other option is science. Science over the bloodline, nigga. Kill the bloodline. Science will rule. Sound like a colonizer to me. No, I am guaranteed, I am for sure. I am assured that this is a colonizer. Huh? When they come tell you to love Jesus, a nigga you ain't never met, you ain't never seen, you are just believing. What is a Christian? A believer? Love this nigga you never met, know nothing about, don't even know if he got no facts, if he even exists. But you are to love this thought, right? Let's just keep it what it is, a thought. You all should love this thought more than you love thy mother and thy father. Science comes around. You are to believe in this science more than you are to believe in thou mother and thou father. And it is no way around it. Either you are pushing bloodline and family and the ancestors, or your ass out here working for the colonizer. See, it's time to cut the bullshit and cut out all the games. It ain't no two ways to do this. Oh, I can do this and that. I can use the bloodline with the colonizer. Nah. We don't hear you niggas say nothing about ancestors, but you'll come out and say that this science is the ancestors' work. That's not true. Because we know we got names and dates and places and faces. Oh, come see me Monday. Come see me Monday. We got name, dates, and places and faces and places. Ain't no ancestor said none of this shit. Ain't no ancestor said none of this. The colonizer said it. And come Monday, we're going to prove it without a shadow of a doubt. Ain't no two ways to do this. Nigga, either you love Big Mama, you love your family, and you're here and you want people to find they genealogy shot to know every shot to everybody that put up the genealogy class last night. We there every Wednesday, 8:30 p.m., and it's free. See, when we come out here and say it's bloodline over the science, nigga. Bloodline over it's ancestors over the colonizers. See, we gotta take all this other shit out the board. Niggas wanna hide behind titles and semantics and shit. Niggas wanna hide behind titles and semantics and shit. It ain't no more than one way, nigga. Either your ass out here, nigga, and you doing the work of the ancestors, or you doing the work of the colonizers. Look at this shit. This don't make no goddamn sense right here. Time out, y'all. This is ridiculous. Here come Lane a little ass. This is ridiculous. My nigga Jay Free with the super sticker. Appreciate that love, family. Damn, I'm trying to get down to the bottom. Okay, here we go. Lord say, excited to see your continued work and community to grow into what it should be. That's real, man. And you know, we stay optimistic. Lena, you one for manifesting. You're a real spiritual person, magical being, and real positive person. So yeah, man, I think if we can keep that energy going, man, and keep positive people like you around, good-hearted people, and really interested in the bloodline, shout out to your new findings with your family and coming into the understanding, man. Yeah, long as people like you around, we gonna have that community. We gonna grow that community. Appreciate that love, see. Rashi, in the building. Hardline boss, what up, though? Carrie said they cutting up today. This is beautiful. Carrie said they cutting up today. This is beautiful. Yeah, now that's real, man. What's called? I think that was Mary J. What she say? I just want to be happy. Yeah, turn up one time. Sylvia say the haters can't breathe. Oh yeah, them niggas did choke. They choked on the hate. Choked on the bone. Sylvia, them haters that choked on the bone. Ain't that a bitch? That nigga that choked on a million-year-old bone. Ain't that a bitch? Vaughn, what's up, Vaughn? Look at this old late sometime and every now and again ass nigga. Now Cali in the building, man. Yeah, man, he go Vaughn, man. It's late ass every now and again. Sometimes I come over there and see what y'all doing out there. What's up, Vaughn? Vaughn in a new relationship, y'all. You know how you friends, they always going out. You can call them niggas at midnight and he dying to go. It don't matter. Y'all can just sit in the car and smoke a blunt together. Vaughn got with his new girl, man, and I ain't seen him. I ain't seen the nigga. I'm going to all the places. I'm having happy hour where we used to go sit at the bar and watch all them little women coming up with the little cute shorts and shit on and talk about them. And, you know, we might get drunk enough to trick for the night. You know what I'm saying? Drinks might be on us and shit. But, man, I go watch the goddamn ball game. And I find myself sitting at the bar by myself now. You know, everywhere I go, they ask me, where your boy, what fun at? And this woman, whoever she is, that took him away from me. I don't even see this nigga no more. Shout out to Bud. I don't even see this nigga no more. Damn, nigga. I called the nigga phone dead. Phone going to voicemail. I don't know if she got this nigga to block my number or what. But one time I did call and I got through. And it rung and he picked up and I said, hey, bud, come on, nigga, I'm outside, nigga, let's pull out. She said, he's in the shower. Don't call his phone no more. I said, well, damn, if he in the shower, I'm going to get a nigga 15, 20 minutes now. She said, don't call his number no more. He doesn't live here anymore. I said, damn, bud, now you ain't going to check that shit. I don't know if we can still be friends. If you ain't going to check that shit, you got to answer the phones and shit. I called her to talk to you. I ain't called her to talk to her motherfucking ass. You know, she goddamn, nigga, she came in and broke up everything we had, nigga. What about the bros trip? We supposed to be going down there to Florida to fuck with Jay Freedom. We supposed to go down there and fuck with the Florida boys and that boy from Florida and them down there and shit. It don't look like we gonna make it. I need to cancel my motherfucking ticket, nigga. I need to tell them hoes to hold it until I find a real friend that won't leave me, goddamn, cause this new woman. I seen all that ass on you. Showed me the pictures and shit. It's cool, y'all cute together. But damn, nigga, James Harden went out for 60 last night, nigga. Cam Newton back with the Panthers and shit, nigga. We still ain't talked about that. That shit happened 3 weeks ago. Cam went back to the Panthers 3 weeks ago. I ain't talked to this nigga. Last time I talked to you, we was talking about where you think he gonna go? Who you think gonna pick him up? who you think gonna pick him up, goddamn? God, shout out to Bud and Dizziness, man. I ain't see that nigga ass in a second, though. Turn it up. Real BCU nigga right there, man. In the real way, goddamn, my nigga. Joe 47 minute though. He talking about the power of the pink. Look at him. I was just joking, but he really a fuck over me. That nigga just really told me a lot right there. He just really told me a lot right there. Nigga answered the phone playing sleep and shit on me. Hello? I said, damn, nigga, you sleep? Oh, shit, yeah, nigga, I'm fell asleep over here. I just hung up in the motherfucking face, cause nigga, I'm sick of you. It's 6:30 in the motherfucking day. It's 6:30. I don't know what that girl is, but I'm gonna tell you, when she leave your ass, I don't know you no more, nigga. When she leave you, nigga, I'm not hooking you up with nobody cousin. I'm not asking her, do she got a cousin or the one that just got her sister just got a divorce and she lonely. I don't want to hear, nigga. See you niggas go out there, you tender addicted. Wear rubber. Strap up, nigga, tender dick ass nigga. You already fucking bad addicted it and she done took you. She done took your motherfucking ass fast. That's the one, they don't even want you talking to your mama. Why is she calling? Why is your mom calling? Don't worry about it. Hey, y'all bullshit, y'all laughing, man. Shout out, man. No, let me take y'all back real quick. I'm gonna tell you some shit like this happened to me. So man, I had this dude, man. He was my driver. He was my driver, man. And I put him on. I say that, right? I had put him in a real nice position, and so he used to go to work and he'll hustle at this work. He had this little live job, man. I would say, fuck it, we're gonna go through there, man. 1960, man, the call center, man. You from Houston, Texas. If you from Houston, Texas, man, and you know the call center on 1960, man. Goddamn, I can't think of that cross street. Hey, Chief Redstones, you in here? Chief Redstones, you in the Westfield, goddamn. Do you know the call center on 1960 down there by the goddamn McDonald's and all that shit at the light? What is that cross street over there by North Harris College? Come on, man. The nigga was right there, man. That bitch there when he was at the call center. Woo! And he had everything they need. We'll just say that. And he had a certain status up there. He already had a little mouthpiece on him. You know what? Redstones, he went to Westfield. Young nigga, he had a status up there. Now I told him, I gave him some game. I said, bro, don't fuck with none of them hoes up there. I'm telling you right now, every day he come back telling me about a new bitch, he got pictures and check her out, look at her, this, her, it's cool. He scrolling through IG and shit. That's cool, my nigga, but don't fuck with none of them. You ain't been there a good solid week and a half, 2 weeks. You shouldn't be out. You shouldn't be taking no application. You ought to go in there and go buy you a cheap ass ring and put it on your marriage finger. That's how the women be doing. That's how them women cut down all the niggas that ain't in they that ain't in the budget. So watch this here. So he ended up going with one. Some shit fun to do. He picked one. Young pussy too. Tripped all the way out. So he ended up moving in with him. Nigga move in, let me tell you something. First off, the nigga didn't have to pay. Everything he was getting, he didn't have to pay me until he made the money. Then he'll pay me. So he got unlimited supply, and he walk around that hoe, big bank rolls. The hoe can dress his ass off. He always been a dressing ass nigga. And he had a way with words. But he was faking. He fell out of that shit. That's my nigga. I love you, man. But you tripped out. But so he got with this little chick, and now the nigga was supposed to came back, and so he got the mom. I'm like, damn, my nigga, I ain't heard from you in a couple days. You all right? Oh, yeah, me and baby, we going out. Me and baby going out. No. So he came to come drop the money out to me. One night he came to drop the money out to me, and he just had what was mine. He didn't re-up. Oh, where you going? Oh, me and baby about to go out on the time. Damn, y'all been going and going for a minute. Y'all had to call in. Both of y'all motherfuckers called in sick to work the other day. I ain't make it back in town. And so check me out. Look what he do. Come to find out, the little bitch told him her cousins sell such and such, a product. So Instead of coming to shop with me, he didn't went and shop with her cousins. And the shit came back and the pack went right. Now you gotta understand something. You didn't win and read up. It's all your re-up. And they taxed you. And so he come back. Hey, damn, cuz I need a favor, man. But damn, I ain't seen you. It's been a week. I ain't had my drive. I've been needing to make a couple of runs. I've been needing to go a couple places and spaces. You ain't. All right, and kick me out my own damn live. Now watch this here. This what the nigga do, right? Now they done gave the nigga some bullshit. And so now he want me to help him get back on this. Nah, I can't do it. And so when he was trying to get out, they weren't fucking with it. Now I want that other shit. The shit that got you live and that turned you up. Yeah, I want that shit. That's the reason why I'm fucking with you. And so then he moved in with it. I ain't been hearing from this nigga. You already owe me money. And so now I ain't giving you nothing free. If you want something, you have to pay me up front like you did the niggas that you don't know. Cause you don't know them niggas. You cashed them out. Cash me out. Yes, sir, everything. Cash me out. Ain't no big homie shit. No more. None of that. They go over there. Nigga called me one day, 3 in the morning. Wake me up. Hey, cuz I need a pistol. What's up? The bitch baby daddy tripping. The bitch baby daddy tripping? I ain't even know the bitch had a baby. I don't never see her with the baby. Bitch baby daddy tripping cuz I need a burner. Bring me a burner. Nigga, I'm sleep. I'm sleep, cuz. That part. His car had broke down. And his car broke down. And she ended up helping him fix it, right? Yeah, your nigga don't give a fuck about you. Look at you. The nigga won't even look out. Bro, I can't do nothing for you. I've been doing what I've been doing to you for at least a year. You really got in a situation now to where, you know, it was beneficial for you and I at that point. Before then, that whole year before, it wasn't beneficial for me. It was just for you. Now you got a position where it can be beneficial for me and you, but you done met this bitch, and now you down. You already ain't got what you need to get what you trying to get. And you didn't invest it over there with these niggas when you should have just stayed on the program. But he wanted these niggas to go fuck his bag off on the bitch. Trying to impress these hoes and these niggas. For what? Anyway, he called me. He done got the bitch pregnant. Well, let me say this. I don't know what happened. But she pregnant. He feel like she's still fucking on the baby daddy. They break up. He end up moving out or whatever. And then a nigga come back and he want to be friends. I fuck with you. I love you. You my nigga. But you're going to have to cash me out. You're going to have that same energy with me that you had with them niggas. Don't let no bitch come through and fuck you up. All you had to do was stay loyal. Me personally, I wouldn't even when it got in them niggas' business. That's how niggas rob you. And they did rob us. Gave you some bullshit, nigga cash you out, and you know, and then you ain't do nothing. Then you ain't do nothing about it. But yeah, man, I just thought that I was laughing and joking with Bun. But I thought about that. That shit happened to me before, bro. Yeah, nigga, I ain't seen you in a minute, nigga. And then you show back up, oh fuck that bitch broke my heart. Mr. Pregnant, I don't know if it's mine or the baby daddy. I don't know. Dougie. Anyway, man. Hey man, I want to appreciate everybody coming to pull up, goddamn. It's been real. Monday we gonna be in. We got the making white supremacy. Don't meet me there, goddamn. Beat me there. We gonna go and nip all this shit in the bud. Probably be the last lecture. Probably be the last lecture of this year. And we're gonna close out strong, goddamn, in a real way. Man, with that being said, goddamn, man, I love y'all. Y'all be cool, like y'all be cool. In a real way. Hey, go sign up over there to BCU. Don't forget to sign up to BCU. And meet us there Wednesday. Come find your people. Because it's ancestors over science, goddamn. In the real way, it's ancestors over colonizers.
Yeah, I'm big stuff. I hear all the threats, but I don't know.
Hold on. Well, y'all the shows y'all at. Hold on, fam. PMB, goddamn. Florida tree, since you thought I did it twice, I might as well, just for you. Oh, y'all showing that. PMB say, it was so nice you had to do it twice. Fellas, y'all gotta get y'all a rich scientist, okay? A rich, beautiful scientist, goddamn. Shout out to PMB. In a real way. Yeah, fellas. You're a rich scientist out here, goddamn. Turn up. Best F did it, got away with it. D, legendary Big Chief Top Cat. That's my motherfucking time. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. Let's keep this good positive energy up, goddamn. When I see y'all next time, fellas, shake my hand. And sisters, I want a goddamn hug. And we gonna show each other some love, man. Shout out to everybody out there, man. I'm still riding on the high. I'll probably pop a bottle today, goddamn. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. I'm gone.
Look like DJ Charles. You have reached the voicemail box of.
Yeah.
I'm big stuff. I hear all the threats, but I don't know.
PMB. Look. Jay Free. Lena Lori.
Send them youngins at you, you can run, but you can't hide. Niggas screaming murder, but they never did a crime. You know you not thugging while you trying.
Yeah.
You have reached the voicemail box of.
Go with it.
Pull it out my pocket like I'm reaching for myself. I did it with my man, so who the fuck you about to tell? I'm blasting in the zipper, we ain't talking about some headphones. Yeah, I got 5. Yeah, put it on your cousin, cause that bitch ain't worth to die. Yeah, when I'm in the city, tell them pussy stay inside. Just like Millie, I got murder on my mind. Yeah, I'm big stubborn.
I'm big stubborn.
I hear all the threats, but I don't never feel no pressure.
Nah.
Me without the Draco, just like salt without the pepper. 2,000 in a chain of
Turn a nigga to a stubborn.
I'm big 5.
I'm big Chief.
Yeah, send them youngins at you, you can run, but you can't hide. Niggas screaming murder, but they never did a crime.
You know you not thugging while you
trying.
No, he slimy ain't my kind of niggas. That's on God. I got drinks, got 4 bags. Bitch, smash my back.
on that type of time.
2 shots to your right, 10 more in they life. Look, his niggas outside. He'll care about his life. We gon' send him home, that's what he wants. Scary sight.
Joe Jack in the goddamn cash out. Joe Jack in the cash out. Al came back twice. Time out, goddamn. Time out, goddamn. Al said y'all ain't finna play with him. Al done doubled around and dropped $100 in the cash out. Al said y'all got him fucked up. Al done doubled back around and dropped $100 in the cash out on their ass on the way out the door, goddamn. Shout out to Joe Jack too, goddamn, jumping in the cash out.
10 more in they life. Look, his niggas outside. He'll care about his life. We gon' send 16 home, that's what he wants, a scary sight. Swooping in the cut with double cups, the extra pipes. I'm scoping, I'm sniping, and I got on all my ice. Do it!
Yeah, I'm big stuff. I hear all the threats, but I don't never feel no pressure. Yeah, me without the Draco, just like salt without the pepper. 10,000 and a chain to turn a nigga to a stepper. Yeah.
I'm Big Chief.
Yeah, send them youngins at you, you can run, but you can't hide. Niggas screaming murder, but ain't never did a crime.